Hello there and welcome to another edition of the Evening Review. My name is Okito Greg, and this evening in studio with me I have Miss Patricia Keeja. She is the Executive Strategic Services at the Road Fund Administration, and Mr. Elvis Kambatuku. He is the Chief Financial Officer for the Road Fund Administration. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Thank you. The RFA has decided to write off some penalties and outstanding interest on vehicle license fees. Why?
In terms of the Act amendment, we have amended our Act, and there were two provisions that have been added to the RFA Act. And the two provisions is in terms of the waiving of entry fees. That's first at the borders.
Okay.
And then the second one is on the waiving of interest and penalties for the license fees. Yes, for the license fees.
But I'm trying to understand why these interest and penalty fees, why the decision to waive these fees?
Yeah, if you look at the, in terms of the RFA policy, we have aligned our debt collections to the Prescription Act of 1969,
okay,
which is also allowing us to say, let's say after 3 years, if the debts have not been collected and it have not been intervened for collections, is automatically written off as per the provision of the Prescription Act of 1969.
I see. Okay. If people owe you the money, you can even go as far as to claim it from their estate when they died. Why give up? Why write it off?
No, we can do that,
yeah.
But we also need to make sure that we align our Act to other Act, and also if you might see that some people might pass on and they will not be able to pay, or their estate will not be able to pay, and some other also issues like companies have been liquidated,
yes,
and they can't be able to pay. And also, as you are aware, that there was the issues of COVID-19,
yes,
and that had impact on a lot of businesses.
Yes,
were closed, they could not do business. So in terms of all those factors, we have to also provide the relief or amnesty to the members of the public.
Okay, that makes sense. But why did it take so long to amend the Act? I mean, there were amendments from 2022 and 2024 that were instituted now.
In addition to the two amendments, there need to be regulations in place. So we were waiting for the gazetting of the regulations that took place on the 22nd of August. And henceforth we started we started implementing it in the 17th of September.
I see. Okay. According to the RFA CEO, Mr. Ipinge, there's 245 million in outstanding fees, interest and penalties, for which vehicle owners can apply for a waiver. Who is able to apply for these waivers?
Yeah, let me just separate between the two fees.
Okay.
We have what we call the prescription.
Yeah.
The prescription one, that one, the members of the public don't need to apply.
Okay.
If the debt is older than 3 years, it will be written off automatically as per the provision of the Prescription Act.
Is that the total debt or just the...
That is the total debt for that one is 371 million.
Yeah.
That is the total debt for the prescription.
But
then...
Is it the license fee itself included, or we're just talking about the penalties?
So also the license fees included.
I see, okay.
For the 371,
yes.
That is now for the prescription one. older than 3 years.
Yes.
Then we have 245, which is unprescribed.
Okay.
Now, in terms of the unprescribed debts, that is the debts less than 3 years.
Okay.
So that is now the one where we have also provided, or we are going to provide amnesty or relief to the members of the public. And that 245 includes the license fee itself as a capital amount, as well as penalties and interest.
Okay, just for clarity and to inform vehicle owners, does that mean that if my vehicle registration was not up to date for more than 3 years, I can now go to Roads Authority and register my vehicle without having to worry about old debts?
Yes, definitely, but you must understand that if the debts have been written off, and you need to register the car, then the car must go through the roadworthiness.
Yes.
You need to start the process from the beginning.
I see.
For you to be able to register the car. So if the car is roadworthy and is eligible and it has passed, so you can proceed and register.
Then I can start fresh.
Yes.
Okay. And in terms of the debt that is not yet older than 3 years, I can go and apply for a waiver on the penalties and interest.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
in terms of that, you can apply at all NATES offices, as well as at RFA head office. And there is 2 types of applications.
Okay.
The first application is if it is below $1 million, which is approved by the RFA CO, as well as the board. And then there is another application above 1 million in terms of the applications of the amount that you want to apply. You apply again through the NATES office, as well as at RFA head office. And that the approval is done by the Minister of Finance, but the vetting and the checking of the applications need to be submitted at RFA. And then once RFA is satisfied that you have submitted all the documents, then it gets submitted to the Minister of Finance, who will have the power to approve or waive the interest or penalty.
And I understand that vetting is done by a waiver committee at the RFA. Is that correct?
Yes. Maybe you can come in.
I think the waiver committee you can talk about, Mr.
Yeah,
Kambatuku.
in terms of the RFA policy, what we have in terms of the policy, there's a committee that have been established which look at all the applications and making sure that all the documents necessary to be submitted have been submitted, including the statements from NATES system, where you see how much is the amount the person is applying in terms of the interest, as well as the penalties. Once all those required documents are attached, then the committee look at it and then recommend to the CO. Once the CO will make a final decisions. Once the final decision is made, then with the board final approval, then the decision is made.
I see. The debt write-off that took place already, in terms of the amounts owed for longer than 3 years, is it a once-off write-off, or is it applicable to all debts that have now been outstanding for more than 3 years? The reason I ask is perhaps I'm not in a strong financial position. I know I owe money on my license fees. It might be, maybe I haven't updated for the past year and a half. Maybe it's in my interest just to wait another 2 years until the 3 years passes. Or what? How does the system work?
In terms of Prescription Act, once the regulations has been gazetted, it's continuous.
Okay.
So all the debt that is older than 3 years will prescribe. But as Mr. Kambatuku earlier alluded to, it's when there is no intervention from our side to collect the debt. So as from RFA's side, the debt that hasn't prescribed, we will rigorously engage to make sure that the people pay their licenses. So, but we know that debt prescribed by the day, by the minute. So every day that passes makes the debt older.
I see.
But it doesn't help for us to keep on debt where the person is deceased already.
Yes. Yes. And how do you try and recuperate that debt? Do you send letters through NAMPost, or how do you try and enforce that people pay the debts?
The finance division within RFA and RA NATIS is in cooperation in that regard. I'll ask Mr. Kambatuku to give you further details in that finance regards.
Yes, definitely. What happened there is that we have to intervene. We send letters to the vehicle owners to say that you owe us this amount, and the interest or penalties might accumulate as per day. So if you can be able to, that's why if you look at the prescription, unprescribed or debts, where we have given that to say that if you can't be able to pay the interest, if you have been outstanding for some time, let's say for 5-6 months, you can still apply, and then you pay the principal amount, and then we see whether you can be able to qualify to waive the interest, or we can go into arrangement how you can, if you see that you can be able to afford to pay, you can go into arrangement and you'll be able to pay.
And the fact that the vehicle owners are being given a relief in terms of penalty interest and interest makes it more attainable for them to pay the debt.
Yes, yes. And can all vehicle owners apply for the relief, or are there some that don't qualify?
All.
Yes, all owners can. All vehicle owners can apply.
Missed the latest episode of Tourismus? Don't worry, Echo has you covered. Catch every travel adventure, insider industry news, and exciting destinations from Tourismus anytime, anywhere. Visit www.oneup2.com and click on Echo to relive the journeys, rewind the adventures, replay the stories. Tourismus, where adventure meets prime time.
How much of the debt that I owe can I apply for relief on, or for all the debt, or just,
you can.
Is there a limit?
No, there is no limit. You can apply. That's why we have indicated that amount less than $1 million. The RFA CEO and with the board will have an approval on that one.
Okay.
And any amount above 1 million, that will go through the Minister of Finance, but through the vetting of RFA CEO.
So what are the criteria for approval? What circumstance would lead to me not gaining approval after I apply?
It depends. I mean, if you look at if someone has passed on, and there is, as you are aware, that not all people or members of the public have estates, or and then what happens is that the members of the family can come in, apply, submit all the relevant information, the statements, the death certificates, and if the person was a pensioner and can be able to afford. So we look at various factors, as well as companies that have been liquidated. And if there is proof and documents from court of law, and all those information is provided, and we can see that this person can be able to pay from his company that have been liquidated, then we look at those facts and see whether the person is eligible to qualify for approval or not.
But can we look at a hypothetical situation? Say, for instance, during or at the start of COVID, I lost my job. And I do have a vehicle, but it's just been standing in the yard because I don't have the money to maintain it or even to use it. Now I'm made aware that there are outstanding fees that I owe you. What do I need to submit in order to try and ensure that I get approval for the relief?
Yeah, in terms of the documents that you need to submit, we have them on the application. They are also on the application on the website. So what you need to submit, definitely your ID, your vehicle registration document, a copy, as well as the statement from NATE's office, and then also for you to be able to prove to us that you have also lost your job and you can't be able to pay the interest and penalties, then we might, through the committee, through the CEO as well as the board, approve now the waiving of the penalties and interest, where you might only be able to pay the capital amount, and then you can have your vehicle and drive on the road, and empower the Namibian economy.
Yes, yes. Can you tell us a bit more about the economy? How is it, not the economy, the committee, how is it made up? Who serves on the committee?
Yes, in terms of the members of the committees, is the RFA CFO,
okay,
as well as the RFA legal, the head of legal, and then we have also the manager revenue, NATES, who's sitting at RFA, as well as the head of NATES offices, who's sitting at RA. So he's also a member of the committee.
Okay.
So we have, and then we have the secretary or the administrator, who's going to making sure that all the applications and all the documents are submitted to the committee, and also to make sure the minutes of the committees are taken.
Okay.
So we have 4 members of the committees, including the secretary.
Okay. Is it true that submission of application is free and that I can expect a response within 90 days?
Yes.
Is that
The
correct?
turnaround time for the applications is 90 days.
Okay. Let's take a step back a little bit. The money that is generated from license fees, what is it used for?
The money rate is generated from license fees. License fees is in fact part of our road user charges. And the Namibian Road Fund Administration Act that collects the road user charges works on a user-paid principle.
Okay.
So the road users are in fact paying for the maintenance of the roads. So the license fees that are collected is used for the maintenance of the national road network.
And looking at these figures, the 371 that's already been written off and the 250 plus, which is now available to be waived, do they indicate that there are a lot of unpaid license fees? Do Namibians generally honor this obligation, or what situation does the RFA find itself in?
I would say the Namibians generally pay their license fees. The license fees, this backlog that has been built up, is for the past 15 years.
Okay.
So it's not through one financial year that it happens. And this exercise is mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
So if you are able now to license your vehicle, you'll be on the road. And if you are on the road, you'll be putting in fuel in your vehicle, and then you'll be paying other road user charges, which is a fuel levy.
Yes.
So you relieved on one side, and more vehicles will be on the road, and we could then earn more of the road user charges through the fuel levy.
Is there also, you mentioned the license fees and the fuel levy, but isn't there also a mass distance charge? Is that also considered a road user charge?
Yes, we've got mass distance charges, we've got fuel levy, we've got license fees, abnormal fees, cross-border charges.
The cross-border charges is what you were mentioning also earlier, that the amendments also impact. Could you elaborate a little bit about that? Who is now exempt?
Yeah, no, in terms of the cross-border, as you are aware that we want also to in terms of the regional cooperation, if you see that there might be some training in terms of, let's say, defense.
Okay.
Neighboring countries are going to join our defense force here. They are going to train, let's say, at Walvis Bay. So now, in terms of those vehicles coming from neighboring countries, we don't want them to pay, so they are exempted, or they're exempted to pay at the border. So now what they need to do, they need to apply through, let's say, their Defence Force of Botswana, write a letter to our Defence Force Namibia that this is the numbers of vehicle that we're expecting and the registration numbers. And then the Defence Force of Namibia will write the letters to us.
Okay.
Or then what we do, we waive that. So if they come through for free. Then also it applies the same to ambulances.
Yes.
If you, as you are aware that the northern neighbor, they use our health facilities.
Yes.
So if there is a patient and there is an emergency and they need to come through the northern hospitals or facilities, so they also get exempted, and then they can come in and bring the patient or nurses for training at Namibian side. Then they don't need to pay at the border.
Okay.
And also just to enhance the regional cooperation as well, and also any other waiving can take place through the Minister of Finance after discussions, and ministers deems fit to waive, then that can also apply. So that is mostly for militarian, police and defense force, and also,
So also for the police?
Yes, also for the police. If they have training that they want to, regional training that they want to take place here in Namibia, so Botswana police or South Africa or Angola or Zambia can write a letter to our police here. Police write a letter to us, to RFA, then RFA will look at it and then exempt if all the requirements are met.
Yeah, and those exemptions, are they restricted to the cross-border charges, or do they also cover, for instance, mass distance charges? Because I'm imagining these heavy military vehicles and tanks eating up our national roads on their way to Walvis Bay. Is that for free?
Yeah, definitely they will be exempted, because it's part of the regional security or training, which is going to also, if you look from the other side, they are going to train with our colleagues. So the same happen when we travel to our defense force or police travel to our neighboring countries. That also take place where they get waived in terms of those charges.
Okay. And as a Namibian road user, I'm often on the long roads, and I see that we are building roads all over the country. Is that what the user charges are used for?
In terms of the road user charges, that's mainly for maintenance.
I see.
The building of the roads are mainly done by government.
The building of the new roads are done by government, and the moment the road is complete and is handed over, that is the responsibility of RFA to maintain that road.
Okay.
So that's why the road user charges are used to maintain those national roads. Yeah. We're talking about now the urban and municipal road as well, where we contribute in terms of a certain amount on a yearly basis for them to be able to maintain their road in their cities.
Yeah, roads are very important to Namibians, especially because our country is so large and spread out. So it would also be important for us to know what is the current state of the road fund. Is it in a good situation, or are we looking at problems coming soon?
The CFO is laughing.
No. I think in terms of the finance part, we are okay.
Okay.
The results have been published yesterday. That's when we finalize our annual report, and that is available for members of the public to inspect.
Really?
To look at them.
Okay.
Yeah, but once they get approved, but they still need to get approved by the Minister of Finance at the AGM. Once they get approved, then the members of the public can.
How would the members of the public view them?
Definitely.
Once the annual report has been approved by the shareholder, which is the state.
Yes.
we put our annual reports on our website, and we've got also hard copies at our office.
Okay.
So in this fourth industrial revolution, everything must be digital.
Yeah, indeed. So in terms of coming back to the waivers, you said that people can access the forms at your offices and at NATIS offices. Are they also online?
Yes, all 2 types of forms are online as well. You can access them there, where you can also apply and download the application on our website. Once you download it, you complete it, submit all documents, then you can load it or send the email, which is made available on our website, and then it reaches our office, and we respond to you within 90 days.
Okay. Apart from this relief, which is much appreciated, perhaps it's a good opportunity to speak to the public about any other cooperation that RFA would appreciate from Namibian road users. Is there anything that comes to mind?
Obviously, we will, in the weeks that are coming, we are going to make the public aware of the waiver. And then we continuously share information on our Facebook as well as on our website. And a lot of discussions will be on our local vernacular radio stations. And we'll also put some information in the print media.
Okay. No, it's good to hear. And I'm sure that Namibian road users will grab this opportunity, especially now in these financial times, economic times, when things are so tough. And I would just like to invite you each to perhaps share a last word with our audience. Is there anything you'd like to say to the Namibian public?
I would say to the Namibian public, this is an opportunity that is there for us to give us some financial relief. So we should grab this opportunity and make this opportunity to become again a law-abiding citizen.
Yes.
Get your car back onto the road and being connected with families, your business, your health institutions, and be mobile.
Excellent.
Because we've got a small population but a vast country.
That's true. And from you, Mr. Elvis?
Yeah, no, I think from my side is just to inform the members of the public that they can go to any NATIS office near them. They don't just need to come to Windhoek. And they can also go to approach the RFA head office, as well as the RFA regional office that is in Walvis, and as well as Oshakati. But members of the public can go and apply at any NATIS office countrywide.
And if you are not sure about your status, where can you check?
Definitely, you can also go to that NATIS office near you. Then you can inquire, and then you can receive your statement. If there is any question, the staff members are there to assist you and provide you with all the required information or the status of your information in terms of your vehicle.
And is there any reason to be fearful of making such an inquiry?
No, not at all. We encourage members of the public to inquire at any time, definitely during office hours, and then the staff members will be able to assist them.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the Evening Review. And tomorrow evening we'll be discussing a different topic. But for now, please take advantage of the relief offered and make sure to support the RFA so that we can enjoy the wonderful roads that we have here in Namibia. Good night.